Morning, everybody. Static Land Outdoors here, First Response Fieldcraft. It's been a while since I've done a Homestead update, so I figured I'd take you guys around. Lots changed here in the last year or so. You can see, busy doing firewood right now, but I'll just walk you around and show you some of the stuff we got going on. So for starters, you can probably see that pup wasn't here. You get a little lab pup, Josie. She's keeping us on our toes, so she's the newest animal we got going on. The chicken coop has had quite an upgrade. We have the little mini coop on the inside, which was the original rabbit hutch, and that is where we keep all the new pullets and chicks, or if there's a chicken that's sick, we put them in there. They have a little small run on the inside of this, but this big run is basically just chain link and chicken wire, and the wire's buried and rocked in with cinder blocks. But we have 9 chickens right now. We still have our original Australorps and Easter eggers. We lost one over the winter to a hawk, but we still get 5 of them. And then we also have 2 Bardrocks and 2 salmon favorels bopping around in there. So it's pretty hot today, so everybody's kind of hiding out in the shade. But the rabbits have expanded a little bit. This is our original Holland Lop right there. And then we have 2 more Holland Lops and an English Spot. So they kind of hang out in these little rabbit hutches and runs over here from Igloo. We've had pretty good luck with them. These are just up for shade for them in the summertime, but eventually we're going to push this out into a playpen so they'll all be able to hang out together. But right now she likes her space, and these 3 get on pretty good. We get them all at the same time. So that's chickens and the rabbits. So we'll stop by the garden quick. It's a little bit smaller than we usually do, but we still got plenty going on over here. So let me let myself in here. Since we last been here, we rocked all this. I got a weed, but and did some work with the gate. But over here, we get a variety of tomatoes growing in this raised bed. It's a mix of Romas, San Marzanos, some cherry tomatoes, and I think just some beefsteaks as well. And then we got some mint over here, celery for the animals. We've been picking from both of them. Peppers didn't do too well this year. Those were jalapenos. Right now it's pretty much nothing going on. And then this raised bed over here, we got cucumbers, pole beans, and snap peas. So the snap peas, we pretty much done with those for the year. We picked just about everything, but cucumbers are growing pretty well, and so the tomatoes and the beans. And then in this raised bed over here, we have some sweet peppers coming up. They're like sweet bell peppers. Again, for whatever reason, the peppers don't do as well over here as they did at our last property, but I think we're going to try them in a different spot next year in pots with a little bit more sun. See if that makes a difference, but hopefully we still get a few peppers. This was all herbs. It got flooded out. I mean, we still have a little bit of basil and some other things in there we're picking from. This is strawberries and this little thing right here. We've picked quite a few. There's a few over there actually that are still coming up, but this raised bed over here is Thai chilies. Again, peppers a little rough this year, but over here actually we grew quite a bit of lettuce. It's a mix of romaine and arugula, and we have been picking it for probably 2 months already and feeding it to the rabbits, and that's been going pretty well. So yep, garden's not as big as we usually do, but still gonna have plenty to can and be able to put back quite a bit of tomatoes and whatnot. We have potatoes left over from last year in that raised bed that I got to dig up and see how those are doing. Keeping along with the garden, we have a grapevine right here, which is actually doing pretty well this year. We have quite a few grapes growing. They're not ripe yet, but we'll be picking plenty and probably making jelly with those. here in the next month or two. And then I think I've showed you guys this before, but we actually have a wild mint patch right here, which is nice, especially for the rabbits. They like eating it quite a bit, so we're picking off that fairly often. Then all along here, along this whole side of the clearing with the chicken coop are all mulberry bushes. So we're probably going to pick quite a few of those and end up making jam with them as well. We also have quite a few wild blueberries around here, but we've already picked most of them. So another big project we have going on is this ridiculous looking structure right here. We are making a like hay barn of sorts out of free pallet wood and some scrap that we had around. As you'll see in a minute, we have to put away quite a bit of hay for the winter, so that's where that's going to go, somewhere to just kind of get it out of the weather. And that brings me to our next addition to the animals. We have a couple of Nigerian dwarf goats over here. Eventually we're gonna get more. We might be putting sheep in here with them at some point too. We haven't quite decided, but this is the stock tank for their water. It's not hooked up right now, but we're gonna have a pipe that gravity feeds right into there out of PVC. But it's a pretty big pen, a lot bigger than they need. We went through like 150 feet of cattle panels setting this up, and it was quite a bit of work. But they have a cattle shelter in there working as their hutch. And all right, so there are 2 goats right there. Again, we're supposed to have more, but they're what we got right now. We may be expanding down the road, but for their house, they just get a little calf shelter right there. And then a giant hemlock tree actually got hit by lightning in the middle of their pen and fell down. So there's that was quite the project cutting up, but they've been kind of foraging off of all this brush and whatnot. But you can see we get their hay rack and everything set up. Hey ladies, how are you? But yeah, this whole pen's kind of rocky and uneven, which is perfect for goats. So we just get this little floor platform built for them with some rubber stall mats and whatnot, and just to get them off the ground. And they get this little jungle gym thing here made out of some scrap wood and whatnot that they like playing on, but they really don't like him. The first day we had him, one of the goats got out and he ran him down. So but yeah, they're pretty comfortable, they're pretty chill, they pretty much take care of themselves. I mean, they have so much to eat and so much space to just kind of bop around. So yep, they're a fun project. The other massive undertaking we had this summer was cutting these logging roads. Well, not really logging roads, but like ATV trails through the property. Right now we don't have a tractor, but my neighbor is kind enough to let us use his. So together we spent a few days with saws and the brush hog cutting, and ended up making these nice little trails connecting our properties so we can run the tractor over here, which is pretty good. Not sure if you can see it, but we got the range down here. We cleared up quite a bit of space. Gonna run the brush hog here and cut that down, but range is going pretty substantial, which is pretty fun. I'll have to take some more videos for you guys once we get all the steel hung, but gonna be a nice little range setup over here.